Let's get into how you're going to delegate and tell us if we're looking at, what you can do versus what you can delegate. Let's go through that list because as we said at the intro, our goal is to give you enough information so that you can work with people who are supporting your vision and your goals for your business, and you can delegate some of the more technical tasks to either people inside of your organization or outside of your organization. So let's look first at the things that are going to be on your list, and then we'll look at the things that you can delegate. So on your list is going to be reviewing who owns your domain name. Then you're going to have an exercise where you need to go through and determine who's going to be accountable for the different components of maintaining your website. And those components are going to be the content, design, and security. So when you're thinking about delegating, there's really 3 different buckets of delegation that you have. And when you're thinking about content, design, and security, you could delegate all of that to an agency, or you could delegate some of the content tasks internally to staff members. You could delegate the design tasks to a web design firm or a freelancer that you're familiar with. And then you could separately delegate security to a company that specializes in that. So, the tasks that are on your plate are to figure out who's on your team. And then once you figure out who's on your team, then, divide and conquer so that you're taking care of your website from these 3 perspectives. So let's go through those in a little bit more detail. So your first to-do that's on your plate is to verify your domain name ownership and the expiration date. We've got a great checklist for you. You can download it, go through the exercise, document who owns it, document the renewal dates, and then save that somewhere important that you'll remember. Your next to-do, this is where you have to figure out how you're going to put your team together. And some of that is probably going to be driven by the size of your company and where you are in your journey. So let's break down the 3 components that we referenced earlier. There's the content component of your website. Then there's the design component of your website and the security component of your website. And as we mentioned a few minutes ago, all of these areas could be assigned to, let's say, one agency that has the staff to manage all of that, or you could divide it up both internally and externally with different vendors. So the other thing that you are going to need to delegate is updates, testing, and reporting. So in terms of people reporting back to you, you can use the website must-have checklist and assign it to someone. Have them go through that checklist and then come back to you with their results and their recommendations. You can assign the mobile testing checklist, and then you can assign the security checklist. So again, it depends on how you put your team together, but our point is that we're giving you some tools that will help you evaluate your website from these 3 perspectives, and then you can have somebody come back to you with a result of, what they found and what they recommend. So that is how you're going to delegate and elevate the fundamental maintenance components of your website.